Hi everyone, it's Judy Rickey again with Clutter Relief Services. I am now on week 4 of my challenge to show up online for a question and answer period every week, Sundays at 8:30. Next week will be my last one, so if you do want to see more or you want more information, I can always jump on to a live Facebook Live at any time, and maybe just do a short one if there's something you want answered that I think that other people might want the answer to. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. I don't really want to talk about COVID-19, but I know it's on everybody's mind. I know that a lot of people are not working right now, and if you noticed post that I put up about an hour ago, I am looking to help a few people if they need it in whatever way that I can, either with my knowledge or driving to a store or buying a gift certificate from something that you normally do, like a massage or a haircut or something that maybe somebody else or I could use afterwards. That would be great. And I just want to help as many people as I can. I've been very fortunate in the last few weeks to have this amazing client. And I do really recognize that I'm one of the lucky ones to be working, while at the same time recognize that I am putting myself a little bit at risk every day. So this is what I'm doing with my team. So last week I had a team of 7 every day. So there was 6 of us and me, and I made sure that when we walked into the house that we used the hand sanitizer, and then as soon as we used the hand sanitizer, we put on the gloves. And then we had the gloves on, and whenever we took them off, of course, you take them off inside out and put them into the garbage, and then we would leave for break and do the same thing. We had Lysol wipes in the car. I was hand sanitizing in and out of the car before I touched any food on, and I think the rest of my team were doing that as well. So really trying to stay safe, encouraging my client not to leave the house, which is really hard for him. So I think he started listening near the end as it started to get worse. So our goal this week is that we need to get him out ASAP. So right now I wanted to say thank you to some people that have been a real big support system and been really big, really good at helping. And I see that Dale's on the call, and Dale has been there with me for the whole project. And he's kind of my rock. So I do want to thank him for being part of my business and being there and showing up and just keeping me sane. So there's also Pauline, who runs a company, Just Need It. She's been helping out. Adele, who has her company, Chaos to Clarity. She has been helping out. Kate, who has Great Spaces by Kate. She has also been helping us. I've got another subcontractor. I've got a few more, Colin, Fatty, and Christina, that don't have their own organizing businesses per se. And I also had Jelko, who used to be a contractor with me about a year ago. He's been pitching in as well, and he can't remember the name of his company, the home support guy. I can't remember. Anyways, I want to thank him too. So the other people that I really want to thank is the company that I use for junk removal. They're called It's Recyclable, and Virgil and Holly are the owners of the company. And if you need anything, any kind of junk removal done during this time, they are still working, and they will go and get your junk. They are also helping me with the move for the gentleman on Wednesday, because we can't we can't find a mover, and I want to use the same team that have already been in the house, so that we're kind of just being a continuity of care. And so also want to thank Access Storage. Luckily, they had a huge storage unit for my client, because we were going to be doing a max sold sale up until actually Friday morning, when I made the decision that there wasn't going to be enough buyers to have the sale and have people come and pick up before he moved. So our team has been packing up everything to put into the storage unit, Access Storage. We've also been getting boxes from them and paper. And so they've been great, and we will be doing the sales from there when things calm down. So there is tons of great stuff this gentleman has that are fun and things that people might like to have in their home to decorate. So who else am I thanking? Well, the organizersincanada.com. That's the Professional Organizers Association that I belong with. And I couldn't find my great organizers, most of them, without them. So we meet once a month. Unfortunately, we can't meet this month. And unfortunately, our Professional Development Day on April 17th got canceled. It was going to be at the RBG. So hopefully we get to reschedule that, because we were really looking forward to having a fun day. The other sad thing for me that got canceled was my trip to Costa Rica. So I will get there one day, Costa Rica. It just won't be April 1st. Promise, Dale and I will get there, and we will enjoy every minute. And I'm sure you have a beautiful country. It's been on my bucket list for a long time. So we will be doing that. What else? What am I doing to stay healthy during this during this time? Well, I am doing my Beachbody workouts again. So I am doing one called Bar Blend, and it actually comes with, thanks Crystal, thanks for that. It comes with this deck of cards, and they say I am on them. And the one I actually picked out today, so you pick out a card before you do your workout. So I don't know if you can read it or not, if it's upside down, inside out, whatever, but it says, I am powerful. My thoughts, feelings, and actions create my future. And I really liked that card, and I had a great workout, great cardio workout. I'm actually still hot from it because I did my morning workout at 7:10 tonight. So yeah, I'm getting there. But at least I got it done. And the other thing I got to do today was go for a walk with my kids. Now, going for a walk with my kids is a little bit different than it was a week ago. So last week, Jenna and I were walking around to get some fresh air, and we were walking beside each other. And now I went to pick up the two girls, and I walked 3 steps behind them and tried to listen to what they were saying through the wind as the wind caught their voices. It was lovely to see them. It's been a week. They're staying at their dad's right now to stay safe. He's working from home, and I'm out in the community. So I just want them to be safe. And so it's been a little bit tough. But I'm really glad I got to see them. The hug thing was hard, but you know, it is what it is, and we got to keep everybody safe. So for those of you that have kids at home, that can hug your kids and can cuddle with your kids, do so. I say that, like, please, because it's really important. So let me think. One of the things that I was thinking about, since nobody is commenting with any questions, and I'm just going to keep talking, one of the things I was thinking about was to spend time with your family watching old home movies. So a lot of times that we go to these houses, they even have slide projectors and screens and tons of slides that they haven't seen. So why not like set something like that up, and then watch the slides. And if there's a particular slide that you really want to have a picture of, then put it aside and and then after you put it aside, you can have a little pile of slides that you really want pictures of, and then you can take them to a camera shop or another place. I use Digital Treasures for their service for slides and old movies. So you can get those printed, and then you can actually get rid of all those slides that weren't actually that interesting, because oftentimes slides are like pictures of landscapes or pictures of oceans or pictures of flowers, and you really don't need those. Yes, Crystal, you're right. We do take those things for granted, that your kids are always going to be around. And in this uncertain time, it's just really hold your family close. Make sure, another thing that I really was thinking about yesterday, I posted on one of my groups, on my Hamilton Fempreneurs group, was I woke up in the morning and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to rewrite my will. So you just never know. This virus can attack, and who knows what's going to happen in a couple weeks. I just urge everybody, if you don't have a will, please write a will. And also just make sure that your, all your, I guess your things are in order, or you have all your paperwork in one spot in case something were to happen, and also that you let people know if you are feeling sick so that they can support you. Please don't go to the hospitals if you're just got a sniffle or you just want to get tested. The hospitals are for major serious cases only. I have a cousin who's in the ER in a hospital in Toronto, and his actually the wife is the nurse and the husband is the head of security, and I'm a little bit worried about them. So I haven't had a chance to talk to them, but I'm sure they're doing okay. Crystal is asking a way to clear clutter when you're feeling anxious. So I actually find when I'm feeling anxious, sometimes, like if I was to have, I used to have an argument with my ex or something. One of the best things that I did was like wash the dishes. I don't know what it is. Like I really like water. Like I'm like a mermaid. Like I've been swimming since I was 6 months old, and I just love being in water. But just, I guess, touching the water with my hands and just loading up the sink, bubbles, and just kind of scrubbing those dishes away, it always made me feel better. So perhaps, that's something you can do when you're feeling anxious. Another thing is, I know that you will feel better when you're clearing the clutter. Your anxiety will feel better. And I know this is a hard time for people that have their whole family at home, and maybe they're not used to having their whole family at home. Like usually one of you's at work, or both of you are at work and your kids are at school or at daycare. And so just be really careful of starting fights, because you really can't get away from them unless you go to your backyard or your front yard. So just be really kind to each other and supportive of each other. And kids, if any kids are watching, please help your parents out at this time. And also for the parents, just be a little bit more lenient. Like, think about, we've never been in a situation like this in my life, and I'm almost 50. So I've never been in a situation where I've been scared to leave the house, or where, and so your kids are probably feeling anxious. Like all of a sudden their lives have changed drastically, and we don't know how long it's gonna keep carrying on. It's gonna keep doing this. So just hold your kids close, read to them every day, do puzzles with them, do crafts with them. If you need to work, put them in front of the TV or the iPad for a few hours and get a few hours of solid work done. If your kids are little, like tiny, then just maybe try to work when they're sleeping, or get them to bed early. as long as you're kind of on the floor with them, I found that I could do some other things, and at the same time watch them and be there for them for the physical part. They could climb all over me, whatever, and I could still be sending out an email. It's not easy. It's not it, but it's not impossible. So I don't know exactly. Crystal, do you have any ideas clearing clutter when you're feeling anxious? Maybe setting a time, a timer for 20 minutes. See how much you can do. Try to clear the clutter in the areas where you're spending the most time. Spend a few minutes every night making sure that you put things away for the next day, so that you won't feel anxious in the morning when you come and your sink is full of dishes, or you've got toys all over the floor. You can kind of start again new the next day. If you do suffer from depression as well as anxiety, I mean, I'm not a doctor or a therapist or anything, but I do know that sunlight seems to help. And so open those windows, open those drapes and blinds. And one of the ladies had an idea on my page. I said, what are you guys doing with your time at home? And one of them said, well, I washed all my drapes, and there's nothing like feeling like smelling clean drapes. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. So you might not want to wash your shears in the washing machine. You might want to do that by hand. I know last week I was talking about hand washing other things. There's also mending. Maybe you've got some buttons that are off, or you've got some tears in something. And then also, so what I was saying was open the windows, get some fresh air every day. I know I was feeling kind of sluggish today. I was sitting on the couch for a few hours, and I thought, you know what, I've been on Facebook, and I've been sitting here watching Netflix, and I'm not doing anything. So right away I got my coat on, and I went over to the girls who live very close to me, and I went for that walk, and I felt so much better. I was freezing when I got home. But I did feel so much better, and the rest of the night was good. I do really need to stay healthy. So besides the workouts, I'm also drinking my Shakeology every day. I was going to show you guys. This is what it looks like. It's chocolate vegan, and it basically says it helps support maintenance of good health, and it provides antioxidants that help protect the body from harmful free radicals. So I drink that every day. And the other thing that I started drinking after seeing or hearing this doctor talk on Funny 820, which is like one of my favorite radio stations, and it's local, is I started taking this Super C22. It comes from the States, but I bought a bunch of them. So I've got Super C22, and I've got this CalMax. And both of them you dissolve in water, or in, I'm using lemonade. And I'm taking one of those a day to keep up my health. And I'm also going to be getting enough sleep, so that's good. And I want to thank the new people that are watching. Elaine, thanks for watching, and Leslie. It's been a while since I've seen you, so I am very grateful that you're on the call here. Do you have any questions for me? I know that Elaine has a husband, Aubrey, who was doing, he did like a watch party. He's a musician, and unfortunately he's probably not been able to work at the usual places where he works. So he did a watch party on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm sure you can still see it. Elaine, can you still see Aubrey play? He was playing some Irish songs from his basement, and maybe he'll do that again afterwards. It's kind of a fun thing. Let me think. Also, Crystal, who's on the call now, she is doing kind of a month declutter your life, declutter your environment, declutter your declutter your brain, declutter your what else are you doing? Declutter your health. So Crystal, maybe you can just post the page that you're doing it, your Facebook page. That would be great for people. I know I just joined. She's starting it tomorrow. So if you could post that for other people, that will help. Also, let me think. Go through, okay, this is one that I notice a lot when I'm doing kids, is that they keep their old schoolwork. They keep it in under their bed, they keep it in the corner, they keep it in their closet, they keep it in old backpacks, because there are some kids that get a new backpack every year and their old backpack gets stuck in a closet and it's still got their pencil case and it's got their schoolwork and it's got their dirty Kleenexes and whatever. And if your kids are a little bit older, you might not be going through those things. Well, I went through those things with my girls, and a couple weeks ago when I got rid of all of the old school notes from grade 9 and 10 and 11 that Jenna had been keeping. I know she's not going to read them again. She's in university now. And what I want to keep are, and what you want to keep, hopefully, are great art projects, creative stories that they've done, their report cards. Those are important things to keep, not their, their math of the day or their what they learned in French. So please recycle those things. Get your kids to get them for you. Clear out under their bed. Like, make it a contest. Get a broom. Get some kind of hockey stick or something and get under their bed and clear it out. And then once you clear it out, either Swiffer it or vacuum it under there, and you'll feel so much better. Go through their closets. I know my girls were doing that at their dad's, and they were finding so many clothes that my one daughter's going to sell on Poshmark, also clothes to donate, clothes that they had totally forgotten about, because I personally think they have too many. And so going through that, Jenna made a comment to me today. She said, you know what, we've done so much wash, Mommy, that we actually can't fit it in our drawers because now everything is clean. So if you guys have some time, please do your laundry. And then once you've got everything together, you could do sort of a Marie Kondo thing where you put all of your t-shirts or all of your kids' t-shirts in a big pile on the bed, and then you go through and you decide, which 20 or 30 or 40 or however many the number is that you think is good, which ones you're going to keep, which ones you love, fit right, and then those are the ones, and then go through it again with the sweaters and the pants. And I know that oftentimes the kids, they sometimes go up 2-3 sizes in 1 year just because of they get really tall, or they start going through puberty. And so make sure that none of those old clothes are sticking around. What else do people oh gosh, kids keep so many things in their closets. Mementos from trips and an old gosh, I always find like rocks for some reason. Anyways, enough about closets, but definitely clear your closets this week if you have chance. It will make you feel better. You're going to find things that you didn't remember that you owned. You might find things that you thought you needed, like batteries or light bulbs, and you're like, oh yeah, that's where I kept those things. So yeah, Crystal's just saying here, clear the clutter in your mind, body, soul, and environment. So she's talking about that, and she will tag the group after the call. So that's great. Another thing that Crystal does, which I tried out and I still haven't gone for a full session, and I won't be able to do that till after, but she's got this really cool bed, and you lie on this bed and it goes by musical notes, like you can, so she can actually, I can't remember what it's called, sound therapy, I think, but she puts this music goes right through the bed and it vibrates you, and the music, like, it's just really, really cool, and not exactly sure what it's supposed to do, but I do know that that it felt really cool for those few minutes that I got to try it out. And so if that's something that you would like to do, definitely, I'm sure you could buy a gift certificate or something for the future to try that from her. Maybe you can put that down there as well. And I also want to mention that Elaine, who's on the call, she sells insurance. So she sells disability, critical health insurance. She can help you get a good deal, and she's part of my Binbrook referral group. So I just want to shout out to her that I'm going to be looking at getting some of that also, because I'm a solopreneur, and this is my business is my life. And if I can't be strong and be healthy and work my business, then I'm going to start losing money. So I'm looking into getting some critical, I think it's called critical illness and disability. So we'll see what happens there. That's my goal, and get my will done this week. I have three main things, plus getting my client to his retirement home, which is our biggest project yet, and our biggest goal is to get him in there for Wednesday and to get all of his stuff out of his house. It closes on April 1st, but we needed to get him out sooner for just because we want him in a safe environment. And because we keep packing things that he probably might need, so that's not easy for him. It's like as fast as he's going, we're packing it up. So yeah, so I sent out a thank you to everyone that I think that's on the call. I don't know who else is there. Wendy, yes, Wendy's on the call. I think she is my virtual assistant. And if you need, she's also doing my social media. So if you've noticed these really nice posts, they're actually posts of hints and things that I've talked about in the past, because I've been on Facebook for 10 years with this business, and we've kind of like had to rejig them a bit because sometimes they weren't really relatable to this day and age. But she's doing that. She's doing beautiful graphics on Canva, and she's putting it up on my website, in my blog. So if you go to my website, that will be there. And my email campaigns are starting. They should be starting next month. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, definitely growing the business. And one of the last things I want to say is that this client in Burlington, I met him a year ago, and he was just thinking about moving then. And he finally touched base. So sometimes it does take a while for people to get together enough, I don't know what it is, nerve, or to get enough perspective that they really need this done. And he had a deadline now, so luckily he called us in time, and luckily I have a big team that could help. But what I was going to say is that he found out about me from somebody in his doctor's office. So it wasn't his doctor, it was either a nurse or it was a receptionist, and I don't know who his doctor is, someone in Burlington. But I just want to say, please, if you hear of anybody who, is struggling with maybe their parents' estate and they don't know what to do, and they're just overwhelmed, or they're struggling with getting their parents into a home, or going through that stuff, or they're struggling on their own. If you know that somebody's kind of in trouble and they could use my help and they can afford it, please pass on my name to them. Even if they can't afford it, I still do 15-minute calls where I can give them some ideas to get started. And so, and if you let me know that you referred somebody to me and they actually become my client, then I would love to gift you with a referral bonus. So I don't know who this woman is, but I thank her from the bottom of my heart for connecting me with this wonderful client that I have right now. And I just feel so blessed, and I just want everybody to keep being safe and keep washing your hands. I know my hands are raw right now, and I'm trying to put some cream on them, but it's going to be that way for a while. I'm used to it from daycare and changing diapers. So I just want, stay safe, Stay inside if you can. I know after this is done on Wednesday, I will not be taking any more clients for at least a few weeks, so that I can make sure that I am clear and that I can go back out. And I've got lots of food here, and I bought a little bit of alcohol. Oh, but quickly, love this drink. It's in the cider section. It's called Temp 9 Strawberry and Lime Flavored Cider. It is it's a small can. It's 330 mils, and it's so delicious if you like sweet drinks, and just a little treat after a hard day. Not every day, of course, but I just wanted just to mention that I love those drinks. So yeah, so I think I've shouted out enough. It's past 9 o'clock, and I hope I helped somebody with these words. Basically, this call was more about gratitude, and help each other through these hard times. If you can, definitely call your relatives, call your friends that you haven't spoken to in a while, FaceTime, send emails. I know that I'm sending emails and calling some of my senior clients who I know are home alone and are single, and it's very appreciated by them. You know, just what can I do for you? Is there anything I can do? I just want to look out for you. I just want to, so if you've got any older aunts and uncles, parents, anybody like that, even your neighbors, touch base with them. Make sure they're doing okay. And stay safe, and just keep trekking on. All right. Take care, everyone.